Rangers, huh?
Hello and welcome to the Game 3 New York Rangers playoff series against Pittsburgh Pirates. Oh, Penguins.
Butt Pirates,
Recap
maybe.
show. Yeah, I mean, basically. But TJ, with me as always, is TJ. Nick has not joined
Yes,
us
sir.
for the recaps yet, but hopefully we'll get Nick on soon enough. But rough day for the squad.
Crushing.
The boys were not buzzing in periods 1 and 3, but they certainly were buzzing in period 2. I would say that.
Dude, absolutely. I mean, if the guys could put a 60-minute game together with the energy and the tenacity they had in period number 2, it's an easy win. Igor gets pulled in the first period, which is crazy, but I think it's definitely a statement that somebody like him, his caliber type of goalie, should build off of for game 4 and come out swinging. I think Gorgiev played a pretty good game coming in off the bench, high pressure situation.
I agree.
I mean, the obviously the empty net goals don't mean shit, so he got scored on essentially one time. A little bit of a soft goal, bad play by Zibanejad, not being able to get the puck out of the zone.
Bad.
Dude, they struggled in the first and especially the third period, getting the puck deep and getting the puck out of the zone.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they were tied up, it seemed like they were pressing. Instead of getting the puck deep once they gained the offensive zone, just throwing it behind the net and working the boards, which they are very good at. They're excellent at working the boards. It just seemed like they had no energy, and they were kind of just throwing it across the middle, throwing it across the crease, and it's coming right back out. And that's not the type of game plan or recipe you want to sustain pressure in an offensive zone. You can't just be throwing the puck around. You got to get it deep and grind it out. I mean, it's hard-fought battles, but the Rangers have the size advantage. I don't know why they're getting away from it when they're very successful when they do it.
Yeah, and you just mentioned Georgie coming in that game, but I was actually surprised that they pulled Igor off the first period. I kind of I think we text during the game and stuff, but we both said it. I was kind of seemed like they were just giving up, pulling Igor so quickly. I mean, I get it was 4 goals, but it just seemed like he's your best goalie. He's the best goalie in the league right now. I get it was, maybe he was shaking up, on the road. I thought it'd be a good playoff experience, try to overcome that for him, but maybe we'll see what happens in game 4 and he comes out and plays a little better. Doesn't want that to happen again. Some of those goals were soft too. I mean, the one goal shouldn't have been, it was not a goal, and then they made it was a goal. You had the one that Carter's goal on the power play that went between his legs. He should have had it. He kind of went off his right foot, puts it in. And I think one of the other goals too were a little bit soft. One of them was just not.
I mean, how about on the penalty on the Rangers, that puck almost getting put into the Penguins' own net? How great would that have been?
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
That would have been tremendous. Great. It hit up the post,
and it was off. I think it was Rodriguez. I think Rodriguez scored twice already. I wanted to tweet out. How about that hot hat trick?
Yeah, that's not the type of hat trick you want. But I mean, listen. The crowd probably got them. They were loud. The Penguins fans were into it. They were loud. They were intense. Mm-hmm. That could have been a factor. They brought it up in the intermission between the second and third. Rooney brought it up how after the second period, they kind of got the crowd out of it, which was great. Their bounce back. And that was a tremendous bounce back. That's exactly what you want to see from a playoff team, from this team itself. Go out there, not put your head down, grind it out, and get the goals back. But, I mean, the absolute dead start that they had in the first period, and then just they came out flat in the third period again, and they weren't hitting, they weren't forechecking hard. It looked like they weren't skating. Maybe they're burnt out. But that's no excuse. It's playoff hockey. You can't be burnt out. Everybody is just as tired as you are out there. Yeah, you got to grind through it.
They played 3 overtimes too, and they played just as many games as you guys did, and it does seem like at some points, just you'll notice the switch. They'll come out hot. Yeah. The same thing with the 3 overtime game was every overtime they came out so hot and getting pucks on net, playing very hard, keeping in there in Pittsburgh zone, and then next thing you know, it's they just burn out halfway through. I don't know if it's a conditioning thing. I don't know what it is with them, but listen, this is playoff hockey. You got to be amped up. You got to keep going, keep it full throttle, foot in the pedal, stop at some throats, and it just seems like sometimes they just let up. They take their foot off the pedal and just let the other team come back into it. And one thing I did like in that second period was we talked about it last time in our recap was I was getting frustrated about whenever the Rangers score a goal, they just give one back. So at one point, I think in game 2 or 1 or whatever it was like they're up 2-0, 2-0. The next thing it's like now it's 2-1. Like as soon as they score their second goal, they immediately give it back up. And it was like the second period that people to consistently have those 3 consecutive goals, 3 unanswered goals in the second period was huge because it was like an answer. Like we answered, and then now we're stopping from scoring, and then we're answering again 2 more times.
We kept them from
the crowd out of it.
We kept them from a shot on goal for the first like 9 minutes of the second period. I mean, that's a statement in itself with the caliber player that the Penguins have. And, they throw the puck on net and they generate a lot of scoring opportunities in the offensive zone. They're very good at getting the puck in the offensive zone and getting something on net. So the fact that we kept them about 9 minutes from putting a shot on net was huge. I mean, I like I said, I love the effort in the second period. I love the fact that the boys like Kopp and Vetrano are getting goals and they're making statements out there. And those last minute deals that we made at the trade deadline are paying off dividends. They paid off dividends the last little bit of the season, and they're definitely paying it off now.
Yeah.
But the fact that you have somebody like Zibanejad, who is pretty much the reason why they got scored on and in the third period and to make it 5-4 and lose the tie there, he's not generating anything. He did get an assist tonight, but it's the type of caliber, the star, athlete on a team, and Zibanejad, I mean, on paper is definitely top 5 on this team. Yeah. He's right there with Kreider and Panarin. He's got to be generating scoring opportunities and generating goals, and it's just not happening. And once again, the first period and the third period, when we do get scoring opportunities, we're missing the net, and you just cannot do that, especially when you're within about 20 feet of the net, dude. They're getting the puck at the hash marks, and they're missing the net.
Yeah,
it's unforgivable. The Zibanejad play to give up the tie is unforgivable. Not hitting the net as many times as they did is unforgivable. I think they missed the net about 20 times tonight.
Yeah, it's been tough with that when they were trying to get those scoring opportunities and they're just completely whiffing on the entire net. And listen, this is their third string goalie. Like, put the puck on.
We're making him look like a stud.
Yeah, making him look great. I mean, it's unbelievable. And just put the puck on net, gather up some rebounds. Something's got to go. Like we said, I think we said it before. It's playoff hockey. You're not going to get clean goals. You're not gonna be sniping them. You're gonna have to get deflections. Have to get rebounds, clean up the mess around the goal, around the net, and just put it in. And I just don't feel like I think when they get away from that, it's not pretty. And that's what happened basically in the third and the first there. I mean, the first was just a whole shit show anyway. Once you're down 4-1, it's like fuck. And it was annoying too because I was so amped up to ready to watch this game. And it's like
absolutely Saturday night, man. Nothing to do tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, tomorrow's Mother's Day, but nice relaxing Sunday.
Yeah,
could stay up and party if the Rangers get a W, and they threw a wrench in that one.
Yeah, immediate kick in the dick. Just four goals in the first period. It's just like, come on, this isn't.
Yeah, that's what I mean. All the lows of the first period, the highs of the second period, and then that let down in the third period. It's like I want off this fucking roller coaster. I'm pissed that I even paid to get on it.
Don't like, oh, now. I remember what it's like to be a Ranger fan in the playoffs.
yeah, absolutely. But it's like you said, it's bad that we're making Domingue look like a pro starting. I mean, we're essentially casting his bid to be a starter somewhere else next year.
Yeah.
If he's not going to start for the Penguins next year, he will be starting somewhere else in the NHL come 2023 because the statement he's making out there, he's handling the pressure very well, and he's stopping pucks. And not for nothing, almost every one of those goals, if not every one of those goals that we scored tonight, were hard-fought goals. That Panarin goal, you're not stopping that. You could be Patrick Waugh, rather, or Dominic Hasek, and you're not stopping that puck. Yeah. He roofed it right from up close. The Kopp goal off of that awesome play by Rooney, he had no chance. And thank you, Letang, for just giving up on the play and trying to push the net and just being in the way. Appreciate it. But, I could justify the rule, 63.7 or 67.3 or whatever they said now. And I was waiting for them to call that a no goal and be like, wait a second. Bullshit.
Yeah,
but
right.
I mean, I got to say, a lot of hate on Twitter right now, hating on, especially from Devils and Islanders fans. All Rangers fans are all bitchy and moany. Oh, it's the refs. It's the refs. It's the refs. Dude, you cannot say this is not one-sided. And I've seen multiple sports reporters tonight tweet out that the Rangers 100% will not get the 50-50 or more calls. it's not going to go their way, and it's obvious. So it's not just Ranger fans being biased saying those things. All right, and just for an example, today the goal that was allowed against Nashville was way worse as far as goalie interference than the Kako play on game one. So I mean, it's just too fucking obvious. I don't want to hear any shit. If it was your team, you'd be saying the same thing. We're not bitching and moaning. Okay, did you see the little scuffle happen in front of the net, and the ref literally immediately wrapped both arms around Sidney Crosby and used his back to block out the Rangers?
It's unbelievable.
Like, really, it's just so obvious you're not allowed to touch him.
Yeah, and I thought the NBA was protecting LeBron James. The NHL is like 10 times worse when it comes to Crosby. Because like Crosby and LeBron James are probably like the pinnacle of players in their respective leagues, and he gets so much protection from the refs. It's unbelievable. Yeah, and I think
what? Tonight I definitely saw it multiple times. Rangers are pulling. I was going to say, I've seen it multiple times tonight. Rangers are pulling up on hits with Crosby against the boards. And it's like, okay, are they doing that because they're just being lazy? Or is it more like they're doing that because something has been said in their locker room? Like, hey, guys, you take Crosby down hard, they're gonna look to throw that hand up and blow the whistle. So be careful with your shots on Crosby, because it's just obvious. And multiple teams and multiple players have said it across the league. So once again, don't say, oh, bitching and moaning Ranger fans, because it's a known thing. If any Devils fans and any Islanders fans are going to try to argue with that, then you're full of shit, because you've said it over the years too. Crosby is soft and he's protected.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, I mean, I don't know. I got a playoff series. Have you ever seen a goal that was a good goal taken off, and then 2 games later, a goal that wasn't good with the net off, and then being counted as good? Like, it just seemed like it was is this even possible? Like, it's happening again. Like, this is
it's not a good look, but the explanation of the rule made me feel better about it. And then obviously by that explanation and by the definition, which I didn't know, I'll be the first to admit I know the basic rules. I know, the gist of playing hockey rules, but I don't know the in-depth. I mean, Hank read a paragraph in the intermission about the rule and why. And to the letter of the law, to the rule, 100% that puck was probably going in, whether he took the net off or not. So it's a little bit of a judgment call, but it's a goal allowed.
What is
I
missed it. What was the rule? What was like the actual rule say?
Essentially, it said that if a defensive player, whether purposely or accidentally, takes the net off in the process of a play, and the puck is going to go in, or in the process of getting shot and the player shooting the puck has a clear, obviously open net goal, it's up to the ref's discretion, but it's a allowed goal.
Oh, okay.
So the same way Letang kind of took the net off, obviously Kopp is standing right there with the puck.
Okay.
It goes in. And that was worse. Letang had that net off probably by like a foot by the time Kopp shot the puck, but he was already in the process of gathering and shooting the puck. There was no goalie interference. The goalie wasn't even in the freaking crease at that point. It was going to be a goal no matter what. So I absolutely love that rule. I'm never going to say, because that's just an obvious, or else everybody be pushing the net off with a scoring opportunity. So I have no problem with that ruling. But it just, like, after game one, we're on edge, man. And game one, we get one power play, and the Pens get the bullshit soft goals. We're on edge. It is what it is. This is playoff hockey. We want to see our team do good. We want to see a win, especially against the Penguins. I mean, it is what it is. But it's rough, man. Like I said, the Nashville allowed goal compared to our game one disallowed goal, even though it was called a good goal on the ice, it's shenanigans.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it was tough to swallow. I didn't catch the intermission during this most second period. I was trying to put my daughter to sleep, so I missed a lot of it. But yeah, I missed that when they were talking about the intermission. I was already pissed. I was like, I'm not even listening to the intermission report. I'm just going upstairs and trying to get my daughter to bed. But
I think the only thing to bring it back in, to recap this, I think the one thing that the Rangers need to capitalize on, and they absolutely did not tonight, is when we finally get calls our way, you got to capitalize on the power play. We have just as many power play goals as we do shorthanded goals, and that's not how you win playoff games. I mean, the shorthanded goals are great. Having 2 shorthanded goals in 3 games is tremendous.
Yeah.
But you got to score when you have the opportunity. You got to be one of those 40 to 50% team scoring power on the power play in the playoffs, because that's what wins the game. And when you get an opportunity to be a man up, you got to capitalize.
Yeah, I agree. And that was killer, because in that third period, I was like, all right, here we go. This is like a third straight power play. We have to cash in here. Rangers have been so good in the power play all year long. And it was, Pittsburgh had a great PK kill the entire time. I mean, it was, they really killed each one of the Rangers' chances there in the third period. I mean, listen, at that point, they deserved to win that game. And the Rangers, listen, they came out 4-1. They were down 4-1. They fought back. They fought hard. You like to see that fight. It's always good playoff experience with this young team. Listen, I think the Rangers are a better team still throughout this entire series. What's going to happen game 4, and we'll kind of get into that now. But I'm still confident in this team. I still think they're able to win. I think they're still able to put a good product out there on the ice to win a series. But it's just not going to be easy. It's always going to be, as a Ranger fan, I mean, we know this. It's always going to be tough. You're not going to win a series in 5 games. You're not going to win them in 4. It's always going to be a 6-7, grind it out. 3-2 wins. 2-1s. Even when they went to the Stanley Cup in 2014, they beat the Canadiens. The game was a 1-0 game. They scored the first goal in the second period. I mean, it wasn't fun. It was grinded out, heart stopping, anxious moments. But let's look ahead to game 4 here. Coming up once again, going back to Pittsburgh. Obviously need a bounce back game from Igor. You need to have him be the stud that he's been all year long, and you need to win this. You don't want to go back and see your building down 3-1. This is a pivotal game. When you're down 1, when it's tied 1-1 or you're down 2-1. I mean, I'm sorry, if you're tied 1-1, you go down 2-1. It's not the biggest deal. NHL has always been race to 4, 7-game set.
Right.
They got to do something here. I think next game is pivotal. They got to tie it back.
It's a must win. It's an absolutely must win, because if they don't win this game, then they're 1 game away from elimination, and you don't want to be playing on your heels and be playing scared. You want to be in the mix. You got to get that breathing room, and the only way to get that right now is to tie up the series. And new series right there, and then first person to win the next 2 games out of 3. So it's simple. You got to win. I really hope we get Ryan Lindgren back, because
he's missing. It's really bad.
Braun and Nemeth are.
I want to look up his plus and minus. Hold on, keep going. You go with your point, but I'm gonna look up his plus and minus.
Yeah, I was gonna say Braun and Nemeth are not the players you need back there. To rely on. Lindgren brings that nastiness and that ability to throw the body and get in everybody's face and stir the pot a little bit. You need that back. I mean, again, Keandre Miller was doing a good job. He was getting right in Crosby's face. He was getting right in Malkin's face. Love it.
Yeah.
But it's just if without Ryan Lindgren, you're already starting, with a half a flat tire going into the game. So
yeah. What was the pairing today? I missed it. Who was Nemeth paired with? Was he with Schneider?
I believe so.
Yeah. So him and Schneider obviously didn't have a great game. Nemeth was -3 on the ice. Schneider was -2. All of the defensemen were all positives. They'll have +1s at least.
Dude, it's
time
crazy.
on ice though. Time on ice for Schneider and Nemeth were less than 15 minutes the entire game. Keandre Miller 20 minutes. Fox obviously 27 minutes. He's going to be the stud. He's a stud of that defense. He's going to get a lot of time. 21 minutes for Trouba. 17 for Braun. But Braun was +1, so I mean, you can't really.
No, it's but Braun made a couple plays where he just haphazardly in the defensive zone kind of threw it off the boards, but there's a way to throw it off the boards to get that angle to bounce out, go up off the glass.
Yeah.
Shoot it a little higher towards the blue line, and he was kind of just slapping it off the boards to where it was getting ricocheted right back towards the blue line, kind of towards the middle of the ice, back up the slot, and that's not where you want to put the puck, and you don't want to give the Penguins any free chances from the point.
No, I get that. Yeah, no, but I mean, Nemeth has been great. I mean, I think we missed. I mean, we lost Goudreau. Goudreau played. Yeah. Apparently, he played 4 periods on a broken ankle. Did you hear that?
Really?
That's apparently they said.
No, I didn't know that.
Apparently, that's what's going on Twitter, because someone put I saw a meme. It was Barclay Goudreau played 4 periods on a broken ankle. Aaron Judge misses a game because of general soreness. Which is so true. It's so New York Yankees. They always make sure they take care of their guys a little too much. But
yeah, you know what though? It's May. It's it's a long season.
It is. It is long season for the Rangers. For the Yankees, but yeah, I mean it's tough. But like I said, I guess for Game 4, I mean I think keys to look forward to is whether or not you get Lindgren back. Igor returns to himself. Yep. Listen, it's one game, it's one period. Everyone's going to criticize him for this. He's the best in the league. He has one bad period. All of a sudden, it's going to be like a narrative of, well, Igor is only good in the regular season. It's going to come.
He's going to be the Vezina Trophy winner. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
he's a pro. He's going to bounce back. He's got to bounce back, but he's going to bounce back. It's not going to get under his skin.
Yeah,
you pulled him. I think Georgiev, like I said, only let one real goal in. Not a bad job in 2 periods of hockey against the Penguins. I respect the hell out of it. It was a great job. I mean, we got on Georgiev multiple times this year, but down the stretch towards the end, he had a great run and he looked good tonight. I'm fine with that. I take nothing out on him. He's not the cause of it. The Rangers' lackluster performance in period 1 and 3 is the cause of it. Going into Game 4, you got to see Panarin keep the pressure on, keep the puck in the back of the net. I want to see Kreider get involved more. Maybe a multi-goal game. I know that might be asking too much. It is the playoffs, but you want to see him light the lamp a couple times. Zibanejad needs to really step his game up and be the pro and be the top 6 O-line offensive guy that he is on this team. He needs to come in, and now's the time, man. Game 4 is pretty much do or die. Unfortunately, it is what it is. It's do or die. You don't want to be with your back against the wall trying to fight for survival to try to get to those 4 wins. So, I mean, we'll find out. We got a couple days off, but it's a battle, man. And if they played 60 minutes like they played the 20 minutes of the second period, I think it's an easy win. So
yeah, I agree. And hopefully, Igor comes back stronger than ever. And I agree with you, Mika. Mika's kind of letting me down right now. I feel like out of the 2 Rangers, I think since 2017 to now, only 2 Rangers were on the roster was Mika and Kreider. So they have the experience here. They're the veterans here. Mika needs to step up. He needs to be better. But
absolutely.
Listen, we could talk New York Rangers hockey all day. I don't want to cut you off. Sorry. I know you're going to say one more point, but we're going to wrap up here soon. But why don't you give your last point?
Yeah. My only point is I definitely do not envy anybody in the Rangers locker room tonight because I'm sure Gallant was giving him the fucking business. Mm-hmm. And I love, dude, and that's the one thing. I love this coach. I absolutely love this fucking coach.
Yeah.
You see that soft call that they called early in the game. And the non-call when the Pittsburgh Penguins obviously shot the puck over the glass in the offensive zone. And Lafreniere is literally laughing, saying, who did it hit? Nobody was near him. It went straight over the glass. And Gallant was losing his mind.
Yeah.
So
they're
fired up, man. They're fired up. You just got to keep the intensity.
He was a good hire. I liked him when he was in the Vegas Golden Knights. And for them to let him go, I mean, fucking idiots. To let him come here in New York, I think he's great for New York. I really
he was a gritty player when he played. He's bringing the grit back to New York.
Yeah.
So,
and listen, this is the first year, very young team's getting experience. Listen, if it ends up not being our year, that's fine. But I feel like this New York Ranger team is going to be good for a few years here now. So, but as I was saying, is that
and at the end of the day, Capo Caco has more playoff goals than Jack Hughes.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I could talk New York Rangers hockey with you all day, TJ. But we got to wrap it up eventually. Unfortunately,
Ranger fans, keep the faith, keep the fucking fire burning.
Don't be like me after the first period. I texted my wife, "The game's over." Keep on fighting. Keep on fighting. And she was like, "You're such a sore loser." And then I was like, "All right, I have to do a podcast now."
Yes, we are.
I can't prove her right.
Well, to all the Ranger fans out there, cheers.
Cheers. Let's go.
Keep the faith, boys. Let's get that W, Game 4, and then move on and keep it going.
Yes. And we will play you out with our New York Rangers outro. Well, it's the same as the intro, but we will see you next time. Hopefully after Game 4. Hopefully after the Game 4 win. Why can't I find this video? This is bad.
Hopefully we're a little more pumped up and not so
here we go.
Miserable and drinking our sorrows away.
I found the video. We'll play us out. TJ, great talking to you again. New York Rangers. Listen, we're gonna drink it. Win or lose, we booze, right?
That's how it
goes. Cheers. Here's the New York Rangers.
Brother.
Let's go.
Welcome to Rangers hockey. Madison Rangers, huh?